The United States is the third most populated country in the world. But strangely enough, nearly half of its land remains almost completely uninhabited. Some places are filled with massive, snow-covered mountains, crystal blue glacial lakes, endless wilderness forests, and skies that look straight out of a Hollywood movie. Yet, most Americans still don't want to live there. A few of these states are even larger than entire countries, but have fewer people than a small city. So why are some of the most beautiful places in America also the most isolated? Today, Top 7 Daily is taking you on a journey through the 7 most beautiful, yet least populated states in the United States. Places where nature still rules and humans are nothing more than small visitors in a wild world. Top 7. Delaware. Delaware may be one of the smallest states in America, but its beauty surprises a lot of people. Peaceful beaches, historic lighthouses, and charming coastal towns give this state the classic feel of the American Northeast. During the summer, Delaware becomes a favorite vacation destination for many American families, thanks to its relaxing atmosphere and beautiful ocean views. However, unlike neighboring states, Delaware doesn't have any major cities or a powerful economy. Much of life here revolves around tourism and retirement, which is one reason many young people choose not to stay long-term. Still, that same quiet and slow-paced lifestyle is exactly what makes Delaware the perfect escape for anyone looking to get away from the noise and stress of big cities. Top 6. South Dakota. South Dakota is one of the last states that still truly captures the spirit of the American Wild West. It's famous for its endless grasslands, long straight highways, and the feeling of isolation stretching for hundreds of miles. But what really makes this state special is Badlands National Park, a massive rocky landscape filled with strange formations that look like the surface of another planet. South Dakota is also home to Mount Rushmore, the iconic monument featuring the faces of 4 American presidents carved into a giant mountain. However, despite its cinematic scenery, South Dakota remains one of the least populated states in America. Winters here are brutally cold, the winds are strong, and many areas have almost no major cities or job opportunities. There are roads where you can drive for hours, seeing nothing but open grasslands, trucks, and an endless sky above you. Top 5. Maine. Maine is the northeasternmost state in America, and its scenery is so beautiful that many people say it feels more like Canada than the United States. The state is famous for its endless pine forests, crystal clear glacial lakes, and rugged rocky coastline lined with classic lighthouses. During the fall, Maine transforms into one of the most stunning places in America as the forests explode into brilliant shades of red, orange, and gold. Foggy coastal roads and wooden cabins hidden deep in the woods make the entire state feel like something straight out of a movie. However, that beauty also comes with isolation and harsh weather. Winters in Maine are long, freezing, and covered in heavy snow across many areas. Most of the state remains almost entirely wilderness, which is why the population is concentrated mainly in the southern and coastal regions. Many young people also leave Maine in search of jobs in larger cities, making it one of the oldest states in America by average age. Top 4. Vermont. Vermont is considered one of the most peaceful and beautiful states in America. It's famous for its rolling green mountains, charming small towns, and forests that burst into brilliant shades of red every fall. During autumn, Vermont almost looks like a giant painting, with winding mountain roads, classic wooden farmhouses, and light fog drifting through the valleys. The state is also known as the home of the famous maple syrup that Americans love so much. Unlike many crowded and modern states, Vermont offers a slow-paced lifestyle that feels completely removed from the noise of big cities. However, its mountainous terrain and dense forests make it difficult to build large urban areas. Winters here are also extremely cold, with heavy snow covering the landscape for months at a time. So, even though Vermont has breathtaking scenery and a very high quality of life, it remains one of the least populated states in America, with much of its land still untouched and wild. Top 3. Montana is one of the wildest and most majestic states in America. It's famous for its snow-covered Rocky Mountains, crystal blue lakes, and endless grasslands that seem to stretch forever. The state is also home to Glacier National Park, one of the most beautiful national parks in North America, filled with massive glaciers and breathtaking mountain roads. In Montana, you can drive for hours, seeing nothing but mountains, forests, and wide-open skies. Because of this, the state is often called the last true cowboy frontier of America. However, that beauty comes with an extremely isolated lifestyle. Many small towns are located hundreds of miles away from major supermarkets or hospitals. Winters in Montana are also incredibly harsh, with heavy snowfall and freezing temperatures. Even though the scenery looks like something out of a Hollywood movie, most Americans still don't want to live in Montana long-term because of the cold weather, remote location, and lack of large modern cities. Top 2. Wyoming. Wyoming is the least populated state in America, yet it holds some of the most breathtaking natural landscapes on Earth. It is home to Yellowstone National Park, the world's very first national park, famous for its giant geysers, colorful hot springs, and endless stretches of wild mountains. Beyond Yellowstone, Wyoming is also known for the Grand Teton Mountain Range, where sharp, snow-covered peaks rise dramatically into the sky, creating scenery that looks straight out of a movie. Wildlife is everywhere here, including massive bison, elk, wolves, and even grizzly bears roaming freely across the land. But that same wilderness is also why very few people choose to live here permanently. Wyoming has almost no major cities, and most residents live scattered across vast mountains and open plains. Freezing winters and the huge distances between towns make life here feel incredibly isolated. In some parts of Wyoming, the only thing you can hear at night is the sound of the wind and the untouched wilderness around you. Top 1. Alaska. Alaska is not only the largest state in America, but it is also considered the last true wilderness of North America. The state is so massive that if you split Alaska into 2 separate parts, each half would still be larger than most other U.S. states. Alaska is home to towering snow-covered mountain ranges, gigantic glaciers, endless untouched forests, and frozen tundra stretching all the way to the horizon. During the winter, the skies above Alaska often light up with the stunning northern lights, one of the most beautiful natural phenomena on Earth. But life in Alaska is just as harsh as its scenery is beautiful. Many towns are completely disconnected from each other and can only be reached by plane or boat. Winters here can last for months, with temperatures dropping far below zero and only a few hours of daylight each day. Yet, it is this isolation that makes Alaska a paradise for adventurers. In Alaska, nature is always more powerful than humanity. And that is exactly what makes this place more unique than anywhere else in America.